Hello boys and girls, we're going to do a magic trick. We have 3 lengths of rope. The medium, the small, and the large. We're going to make them all the same size. You think I can make them all the same size? There, they're all the same size. Ta-da! That is my magic trick.
Hi, you know, when you go camping, well, one of the most favorite things I always like to do is toast a marshmallow, you know, while you're at night, you know, when you got that fire. And I wrote a song about it. Toasting my marshmallow, toasting my marshmallow, toasting my marshmallow. I hope it doesn't turn black. I put it on a stick, I put it on a stick, I put it on a stick, and then I put it in the fire. Toasting my marshmallow, toasting my marshmallow, toasting my marshmallow. I hope it doesn't fall off the stick. Then you don't get to eat it because it, you know, it just stays in the fire there. Well, thank you.
Hello boys and girls, we're going to do an arts and crafts. So we're going to need a glue stick, a pair of scissors, some construction paper, different colors, and out of a piece of paper you're going to cut out a L shape. This is a square, so you have 5 inches, 5 inches, and here is 2.5 inches, and then this is 2.5 inches. So this is 2.5 inches, 2.5, 2.5, and 2.5. Okay? Then you want to fold it to look like this. This looks like a fox's head. And then you want to fold it down like that, so you have that shape, because we're going to make corner bookmarks. And then you take the glue stick and you glue it and you put it down. And I was able to make bugs for the summer. So I made a ladybug, I made an ant, and I made a bumblebee. I made a bumblebee. Stuff it. Glue. Stuff it. Anyway, that's what I did for the crafts corner. Okay, I put little antennas, I put eyeballs, I put smiley faces, I put legs on it. I put spots or stripes on the ladybug or the bee. For the ant, I put antennas. I put, because the ant has pinchers on the front, so I put a little black pinchers on the front, but he's still got a smiley face. So that's about it. Alright, thanks. Bye.
Hi kids, how you doing? I hope you like cookies, because I wrote a song about cookies. And if you want, you can sing with me. Cookie, 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 cookie. Cookie, 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 cookie. You know, peanut butter are the best, but you might like one of the rest, like chocolate chip or almond, or so many others that are fun. Okay, now I want you to yell out while you're watching this TV show your favorite cookie. Go ahead, yell real loud. Okay, now sing with me the chorus. Cookie, 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 cookie. Cookie, 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 cookie. I wish the rainbow was a real big cookie, 'cause then I'd eat it up. Cookie, 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 cookie. Cookie, cookie, cookie.
Hi boys and girls, we're going to talk about a book from the library. This is Silly and Sillier. Told by Judy Sierra. Illustrated by Valerie Gorbachev. Read aloud tales from around the world. I'm going to read you some tales. Jack was born to a family of noodleheads, numbskulls, and ninny-hammers. So when his father decided to build a house, Jack was worried. Still, it turned out to be a good, solid house. It was perfect, in fact, except for one thing. It was dark inside, said Jack's father. Fetch a bucket, son, and help me haul sunlight into the house. Jack and his father ran in and out, dumping buckets full of sunlight on the floor, but the house was just as dark as before. You know, Dad, said Jack, if you make some windows, that'll let in the sunlight. Why didn't you say so, said Jack's father. He grabbed a saw and cut out windows of all the walls, and he and Jack went to buy glass to put in their new windows and left the saw lying on the ground. When Jack and his father came home, they found Jack's mother crying her eyes out. Look at that saw there on the ground, Jack's mother sobbed. Suppose our Jack gets married and has a baby, and the baby crawls along and cuts himself on that saw. Jack's brother Tom jumped up. I'll punish that saw right now, he shouted. I'll drown that saw before it can hurt Jack's poor little baby. Jack watched his brother pick up the saw, carry it to the river, and drop it in the water. He shook his head in disbelief. You threw away a perfectly good saw, said Jack. I didn't think anyone in the world as silly as my family. I'm leaving, and I won't come back until I meet 3 bigger sillies than you. Jack put on his coat, his hat, and his boots and set off down the road. Around sunset, he knocked on the door of an inn and asked for a room. Would you like something to eat before you go to bed? The innkeeper asked. I'll have a hard-boiled egg, Jack answered. Soon the most horrible sounds came from the kitchen. Squawk, squawk, squawk. Jack ran to see what was happening. There was the innkeeper holding a pot of boiling water in one hand and a hen in the other. Squawk, 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 screeched the hen. The innkeeper shook his head. "How can I make you a hard-boiled egg," he asked, "when my hen won't drink this boiling water?" So Jack had to teach the innkeeper how to make an egg and cook it in a pan of boiling water. "That's one silly," said Jack, and he went to his room and lay down on the bed. He tried to sleep, but he couldn't because he was so cold, and that was because the blanket only came up to his waist. When he pulled it up under his chin, his feet stuck out at the bottom. Jack called the maid and said, "Please bring me a longer blanket." "No, no," said the maid, "I'll just make this one longer." She cut a strip off the bottom of the blanket and sewed the strip to the top of the blanket. "It's longer now," she said. "You," said Jack, "are silly number 2. Early the next morning a loud noise rattled the ceiling above Jack's bed. Thump, 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 wham. Thump, 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 wham. He rushed upstairs to see what was the matter. He couldn't believe his eyes. The man had hooked the top of his trousers over 2 chairs and ran across the room, thump, 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 and tried to jump into the trousers, but every time he jumped, he landed flat on the floor. Wham! Jack had to teach the man how to sit on the edge of the bed and put his legs into his pants one at a time. "So that's how you do it," the man said. He thanked Jack for his help. That makes 3 silly," said Jack, and he went back home, and he said as he said he would. "I heard that Jack and Tom opened a shop, and they're doing very well for themselves, selling used ice cream cones, square bowling balls, and fireproof matches to all the other sillies in the town." And you should get this book called Silly and Sillier. Read aloud tales from around the world. Told by Judy Sierra. And there's a lot more silly stories in here. There's Toony Bird from Bangladesh. There is Clever Manny from Bahamas. And that one's like Rumpelstiltskin. And then you have the Magical Mice from Japan. And that's the end of the Sillier song, or books, stories from around the world, told by Judy Sierra. Okay.
Okay. Do people always fool you? Or are you always fooling people? Well, here's a great story called The Boy Who Cried Wolf. And this is why you shouldn't fool people, especially not 3 times. A boy was sent to look after the flock of sheep, and they grazed near a village. And it was raining, and he was bored. "Oh, I'm tired of nothing to do." He decided to play a trick on the villagers. "I know, I'll have fun. I'm gonna call Wolf, and then they'll have to come and I'll have a good time." "Wolf! Wolf!" he shouted as loud as he could. "There's a wolf attacking your sheep!" Out ran all the villagers. Hey, let's go. Oh, we gotta get there." Leaving whatever they were doing, the oven cooking and other things, to drive away the wolf. When they rushed into the field and found the sheep quite safe, the boy laughed and laughed. The next day, the same thing happened. "Wolf! Wolf!" shouted the boy. And when the villagers ran into the field again and found everything quiet, he laughed all the more. On the 3rd day, a real wolf came. And the wolf said, "I'm going to eat a meal." And so the boy shouted, "Wolf! Wolf!" As the sheep ran wildly in all directions. "Oh, please come quickly." But this time, the villagers, that guy's playing that trick again. We're not going to go there. They ignored him because they thought he was only playing tricks. And as he had done before, And can you guess what happened next? The wolf ate all the sheep.
Hi, boys and girls. I'm going to talk to you about books that I picked up at the library. This is called Riddle Road by Elizabeth Spires. I'm going to read a little bit out of it. Do you like riddles? These are riddles. North, south, east, west. We run along and never rest. Where are we going? Everywhere. We never stop until we're there. Can you guess what that is? I'll read it again. North, south, east, west. We run along and never rest. Where are we going? Everywhere. We never stop until we're there. What do you think it is? It's roads. How about we do another one? People hate me. People depend on me. It's alarming how loud I can be. What do you think that might be? People hate me. People depend on me. It's alarming how loud I can be. What do you think that might be? It's an alarm clock. How about this one? It's curious how curious I am. I eyeball everything. I am what I sound like. I am. What do you think that might be? It's curious how curious I am. I eyeball everything. I am what I sound like. I am. It's an eyeball. Have you ever seen a horse swimming in the sea? A horse without a rider, splashing gracefully? A horse so small it would fit in your hand? A horse you'll never find galloping on the land? Can you figure that one out? I bet you can. I bet you know what that is. It's a seahorse. How about this one? I live in a glass house. I only fear ice. I should be worth a lot, but I'm not. I live in a glass house. I only fear ice. I should be worth a lot, but I'm not. What do you think that might be? It's a goldfish. They live in a glass house. They fear ice, and they should be worth a lot, but they're not. Okay. Two of us. There's always two. One won't do. We look like each other. We do. We've been everywhere. You've been. We're a pair. You can't do without. What do you think that is? Two of us. There's always two. One won't do. We look like each other. We do. We've been everywhere. You've been. We're a pair. You can't do without. It's shoes. Okay, I should probably stop reading this book, and you should check it out at the library. It's called Riddle Road by Elizabeth Spires. Okay, thanks. Bye. Hi, boys and girls. We're going to talk about eyes. Just like with your teeth, you want to have them checked out every year by an eye doctor. And when you go outside, you want to wear 100% UV protection for your eyes. So you need special sunglasses. Don't get the really cheap sunglasses that you buy as a toy. Make sure they're real sunglasses and they say 100 and it has a percent sign and it says UV. So the letter U and the letter V, because UV is a light wave. And you want to avoid UV light because it can also cause sunburn. But back to the glasses. Only buy 100% UV sunglasses. There are also all sorts of old wives' tales about how staring close at the TV is bad for your eyes, but that's not true. You may also be wondering if reading a book up close is bad for your eyes. Well, it's not. How about reading in dim light when there's not much light? Nope, not bad for your eyes. It might just give you a headache though. But you should once a year go see your eye doctor and have him check out your eyes. And remember, ask your parent or guardian for 100% UV sunglasses. Okay, that's all I'm going to talk about your eyes. Bye.
Hi, I'm Art Paul Schlosser, and if you want to hear my music again, it's online. Or you can order a CD. How do you get it? Well, you either go to CD Baby or iTunes or Amazon.com and then type in my name, Art Paul Schlosser. Or you know, if you want to, you can go www.artpaulschlosser.com. Yes, you can get this CD. Thank you.